मालूम है. Yesterday I was watching this broadcast India का कोई event was there. Tejas Shah, I think. He is fond of all those equipment, photography, filming, everything. He's fond of technology. He was telling how he developed this VFX technology and how he is making, he can say Bahubali movie में उसने क्या क्या किया, talking about everything. He's fond of that. He learned his passion to know how technology is changing, made him buy equipments. Now he's renting those equipments. He said, क्यों पैसा खर्च कर रहे हो? You rent it from me, Right? You don't have to buy such a costly equipment. Now he has started his own business, supposed to be a great entrepreneur. So knowledge can really help you. If you have a passion for knowledge, technology, you can combine that with ability to connect with people, getting the right people, making them work as a team. You have your own vision, make them follow that. I think it will really help. Okay, so school is very important. You can't just say I am so knowledgeable. But as men, like I said, we are all monkeys. You know how monkeys are caught? We don't give up our positions. We think we know all. Monkeys, they are in the jungles. How the hunter catches them is in the earth, he digs and fixes a pot. The pot with a small narrow opening is kept in the earth, tied to a rope to a tree, and there is a banana put in that. And the hunter is waiting, he is hiding somewhere. The monkey comes and it says there is a banana there. And it puts the hand in the pot. The pot has a narrow neck. Once it puts, and when you hold a banana, this piece becomes big. It's trying to pull, it cannot come. It sees the hunter coming, but it doesn't have the wisdom that the freedom lies in leaving that banana. But it doesn't leave that. So hunter is coming, it is pulling very hard. Hunter is coming, this is pulling very hard. The hunter comes close and still the monkey doesn't have the wisdom to leave the banana. उसको banana लेके भागना है, वो छोड़ेगा नहीं, hunter आके उसको पकड़ेगा. You know what I mean? So likewise, we also take certain times, certain positions, thinking knowledge is the end of it, or this is my opinion, this is what I said, this is what is it. So sometimes that can become very limiting. Okay. So quest, work is a game, work is a battle, work is a school. So in a work for professionals, we can take this, work is a battle, work is a school. That really helps, friends. Now, in your own companies, you have people at different levels. Starters, highly capable individuals you want as an individual. When they put on few years, they should be contributing members. Few more years, they become competing managers, then become effective leaders, and then executive. So likewise, you need to know there are different people in different bands in any organization. Do you have such people in your companies? Some will be here, some will be there, some will be third, fourth, fifth, right? Fifth तो आप ही है, कोई हो नहीं सकता है. But there are people in the other four bands. Okay? Now, just remember this slide is very important. What kind of people will you hire? You will hire people who have fire in the belly. Yes or no? But you want the same fire which is in your belly, in his belly also. Yes or no? Yes. But your belly, that fire is there because there is some input there. But is he getting the same input? No. But more often we do the mistake of expecting, I am like this, why can't he be like that? You have to work not on his salary, but on his emotional need, that care, that compassion, that fairness, that transparency, that friendly, this thing. Then he will be working like you. So often we confuse salary with motivation of employee. That is not. Salary is the fourth, or probably third or fourth parameter. What he needs, clear role definition. उसको पता होना, उसको first thing he wants is, are my responsibilities clearly defined? भले आप 100 दे दो, लेकिन उसको बोलो ये 100 तेरे responsibility है. एक दे के 100 मत करवाना उससे. He will confuse, अरे आज ये banana बोलता है, tomorrow apple and guava and something else and something else. He says, this is a weird place. You tell him, boss, these are your responsibilities. When you are adding more, you say, this also I am adding to you. But you have to be like that. Passion to excel. When you are hiring people, look for this. Don't look for other things, because end of the day, they all want to work for branded companies. Yes or no? So please, there is no point in hiring somebody who is already 60% and plus in his academic. मेरे को first class चाहिए 10th में, 12th भी first चाहिए, degree भी first चाहिए. भैया तुम क्या हो? Yes or no? We need to be reasonable. There is no point in hiring overqualified people. Break the jobs. ये कौन कर सकता है? Can a 10th class guy do it? 12th class guy do it? Degree fellow, average 55%. Hire him. He will come at a reasonable price. He will value. Does he need the job? What is his family background? You need to find out that by talking. And CEOs are very good at people skills. They are very smart. But their time is required somewhere else. They have to worry about the business, getting customers, keeping the ones happy. New challenges, salary to be paid to staff. They can't be paying on this. But there will come a time when you cross 40 people in your organizations, let's say 25, that is the time to have somebody who will do the basic things in HR. Not a high-fi HR guy, but at least वो admin भी करेगा, थोड़ा HR का काम भी करेगा. At least first level HR support he will give. Otherwise, you will be spending your time. When you have 40 people, at least you should have one trainee HR guy should be there, who will also double up as ABCD. Okay. Look for those. Willingness to share, contribute and learn. When you are giving any increments, when you are giving any appreciation, look for those people who are willing to share, contribute and also learning oriented. If you promote these things in people, then others will also follow that. They will become what you reward. Right? Strong urge to make a positive difference, ability to play to the gallery, realization that we are our own first customer. How are we doing on time, sir? Arvindji, how are we doing on time?
Yeah, we have 10 minutes.
Okay. So when you are hiring, please look at these qualities in a people. Don't look at qualifications alone. Look at, can he talk? Can he communicate well? Does he come from a reasonably good family? Does he need the job? Why is he changing the job from the previous company? And have an open dialogue. Boss, I want you to be with me for at least 18 months. उसके बाद जाएगा मेरी responsibility. If you do well, I will not let you go. But if you get a great opportunity, I will be the first to let you go. No problem, you can go. But बोल के जाना, भागना मत. Don't disappear. People disappear in jobs.
Yeah.
You have to have that psychological contract. You know what, in Tata when I used to work for L&T, I used to work for welfare department. It was some classroom job plus, implant placement and all that. So I applied for a associate technical officer job in Tata. I had come with some times. So I applied. I was shortlisted. Luckily, I was selected. And when I go to the site, first day when I enter, they saw that by then already 21 to 25 people were already hired. They were all MCAs and engineers and all that. And I had my BSc and MSc electronics and MPhil electronics. I also had AMIT, name all the degrees that are possible. But I was not a computer literate. They were all in the C++, that time basic and all that used to be there. They were all cat in that programming. They came to Tata's thinking that it's a programming job. To their shock, they discovered it's you have to work in data center. We are posted at Air India Computer Center, Kalina. Shift mein kaam karna hai. When they came and they saw we were trained on Unisys machines and I was not able to make a head and tail, but I was told you will be their leader. I said, I don't know anything about computers. No. So Raju said, Deepak, we saw you. I think you will manage this more of a managerial role, type lead role. When they looked at me, they were very curious. Arey kaun hai ye ladka? And I used to be like Govinda, wearing all colorful clothes, long hair. And they were very disappointed. But when they came to know I have no computer background, they were very happy. ये तो अपना leader है लेकिन इसको कुछ मालूम नहीं. So on the site, you can imagine, we used to have 4 to 5 people working in shifts, first shift, second shift, third shift. I used to also work in shifts. Within 2 months, people started resigning. My communication envelopes, those days snail mail used to be a lot, we used to be site, so they used to be open. Anything written to Deepak ko aaya, they used to open. I used to write in shift register ki bhai abhi tu next shift karna hai. They'll say I cannot continue, my brother is not well, I'm going. Open defiance. I didn't know what to do with this kind of situation. I spoke to Amit Bishwas, project head. I said, this is what is happening. And there's one program that has come, I want to do that. He said, Deepak, you must lead them from behind. They don't know that, they don't appreciate your background. You have to be one of them. You know Azharuddin? He is leading from behind, but he is a great leader. You have to be one of them. You cannot be separate. उसके साथ में they should feel comfortable with you first. I said, wow, it makes sense. But those days one program was there, Swami Buddhayananda's program, life program. I did that program, 3 days program. Trust me, it transformed my life. I was so impressed by that program. I got all the master key in one program. And I never looked back since then. I come back to my site. Whenever I used to have shift, I used to conduct a session, sharing session, 2 hours, 1 hour session with them, what I learned, and they really found a lot of meaning and value. They were very happy with sharing. My request to them was, boss, if you want to resign, तेरे को 2 महीने का notice है, मेरे को एक बार बोल दे तू. Don't wait till the job offer is coming. The moment you apply for the first job, you have to tell me. I promise you, I will release you on time. पहले तो तुम लोग भाग जाते थे. Now you will have experience letter also. But tell me once. So I will be partner in your career building, but this is what you have to do. जब तक है इज्जत से, go with respect. Don't just elope. You won't believe that established so much of trust. Mr. Deepak, I think I am looking for a job. I would like to move on. Before they started the search, applying that time they started putting. That is how resignation आने के पहले I used to have a backup on my own. And the head office used to say, resignation. Earlier they used to come and say, what is happening? People are leaving. But after that incident, they said, no worries. आदमी गया, मेरे को आदमी है ready. Literally. And they said, this fellow has HR skills. That is how I got into HR. So therefore, you have to identify who is good at in what. Because in each of your organizations, people have the deep passion. You have to identify, इसमें अच्छा कर सकता है. You find out, are you interested in this? I find you good in this. Why don't you take up that? So entrepreneurs, company heads, they have lot of that intelligence, wisdom to identify who is good for what role. So therefore, recruiting for the right role, right person is very important. अगर वो नहीं है सर, तकलीफ होगा बहुत. Okay, the next most important, quickly escape through this, leadership. Okay, you remember those triangle 4 levels? Okay, so I'll quickly narrate a small story and then we move to maybe last 2 slides. There is this entrepreneur, there is a entrepreneur who goes to a consultant. He says, I am so tired. He's running a successful business, but he comes to this consultant and says, I'm very tired of this. Every time I feel I am a lone ranger in this. सब कुछ मुझे करना पड़ता है. हर चीज़ लोगों को बार बार याद दिलानी पड़ती है. I have to die 10 days. People are taking salaries. Everything they have to be told. As if it is. अब बच्ची का शादी है तो माँ बाप कितने परेशान. चाचा परेशान नहीं है. लड़का लड़की उतना भी मतलब आपका लड़का is not in so much in it. But as a father or mother, you have so much of stress. Everything you're doing that. Likewise, as an entrepreneur, company heads, you also feel at times, yaar, he is supposed to do that role. He is not doing. I have to remind him. I have to check his work. I have to, chase him. I have to follow up. Right? Sometimes you wonder, what the hell? He doesn't deserve that role. But you can't check him out also. His work you are doing. Do you feel at times like that? I have always seen, my boss also says. So he goes to a consultant, I am totally tired. I am the only one fighting. And you seem to be very happy. He asks the consultant, तुम तो एकदम खुश हो, ऐसा लगता है काम ही नहीं है life में. But looking at your business, you are doing so well. How are you able to manage? He said, why you have to do, why are you feeling like this? No, People don't work, I have to chase them, I have to remind them. I feel I am doing it all alone. He said, okay. So I don't want to tell you why I am like this. You go and meet my team. They're working for me. Go and ask them. So this entrepreneur goes and meets one person. He says, how is your boss? As a manager, he is very, shoulder pe. What is that called? Micromanage karte hain mujhe. My boss is he micromanages me. Ye kiya ki nahi, wo kiya ki nahi. Do you enjoy? Yeah, I am learning a lot, but micromanagement. Oh, acha. Okay. He goes to the next person and meets. How is this guy? Your manager is good. Yeah, very nice. So what is the managerial style? Nothing. He just tells me do this. I deliver and that's it. He doesn't interfere. When I don't know anything, I approach him. This fellow is surprised. Arey, pehla wala aisa bola, ye aisa bola. Third guy, how is your manager? Yeah, he's okay. Little critical. Different styles. So he comes back and narrates, Mr. A ne bola, B said, C said, D said like this. So, but I'm surprised. You are one person. Everybody is viewing you differently. Somebody says you are like, mentor. Somebody says you are a hard taskmaster. Somebody says you are very critical. Somebody says you are micromanaging. Somebody says this. More of a partner, blah, blah, blah. How is that possible? So the answer to that consultant says, people are different. They need to be managed differently. But if you are managing everybody with the same style, it won't work. You have to see किसमें क्या खूबी है, उसको कैसा style चाहिए. Different strokes for different folks. So as an entrepreneur, you cannot manage everybody in the same fashion. That is where your leadership comes. Okay? Leadership is all about leading. Okay? How we behave when we are trying to influence performance of someone else defines our leadership style. Okay? These are all some true leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. These are some of the inspiring thoughts about leadership. You have to look into your own leadership skills, friends. What kind of a leader am I? That's very important. That will decide, am I doing all this? Okay? These are some of those: value, vision, leadership, encourage, empower. This is what as a leader you should be doing. Are you doing that? It doesn't mean big charts and big, blah, blah, blah. Through a day-to-day, this thing, they should know. Better result of your own presence and make sure that impact lasts in your absence. That is what leader. Baton, pass on, right?